Oke, bagi anak-anak, jumpa lagi di pertemuan selanjutnya ya. Kita masih membahas tentang seni rupa imajinatif dan karya ini juga nanti akan kita proyeksikan atau kita tujukan untuk tugas ujian praktek. Nah, di pertemuan sebelumnya kita juga sudah membahas atau kalian sudah menjawab materi soal yang saya berikan tentang karya seni rupa instalasi karya Joko Avianto. Sebagian besar jawabannya cukup memuaskan. Nah, mungkin akan saya singgung beberapa hal atau beberapa ciri mengapa sih karya seni murni itu cenderung mahal dan terkadang harganya tidak masuk akal oleh logika kita. Ya, dibanding karya seni terapan yang kebanyakan harganya ada standarnya, dan karya seni murni itu kalau sudah ke balai lelang itu standarnya tidak ada, jadinya harganya bisa tak terbatas. Nah, di sini kalian sudah lihat ini sebuah karya seni murni juga, ini patung. Di belakang sini juga ada karya seni lukis. Nah, ini juga ada karya seni serapan ya, dari media rotan. Nah, karya Joko Avianto kemarin kan mempunyai judul tentang getah-getih ya, itu karya yang dibuat di Jakarta dan cukup fenomenal ya pada tahun itu ya, 2017 kalau nggak 2019, saya lupa. Nah, yang membedakan karya seni murni itu lebih mahal dibanding seni terapan, yang pertama lukisan atau patung itu biasanya tidak bisa diulang untuk kedua kalinya, bentuknya nggak akan sama kalau diulang, dan kemudian hanya dibuat satu ya, bukan dibuat 2, 3 atau banyak, dan dia ada ide atau maknanya. Berbeda dengan seni terapan. Seni terapan itu cenderung dia kerajinan, nah, terus dia bisa diperbanyak dan ada standar bentuknya. Contohnya kalau kursi kan tentu standar bentuknya seperti itu dan harus bisa diduduki karena secara fungsi. Nah, pada video berikutnya nanti akan kalian pahami mengapa karya seni lukis itu mahal. Oke?
Modern art is expensive. From completely white canvases to simple abstract colours, these seemingly basic works can cost you millions. So what makes their price so high, and how can they possibly be worth this much money? Modern art is a wide field, covering everything from around 1870 to 1970. But say modern art to someone on the street, and chances are they possibly picture something like this. At the turn of the century, art changed. From the birth of abstract impressionism to the minimalists, and even performance art. Art was no longer just about representing the world with skill.
Well, that skill faded away after photography was invented. Once photography was invented, that was a skill that camera could do, so artists no longer felt that that was their primary reason for making art. Art isn't about beauty, it never was really.
Art generally became more conceptual and more challenging, but this change wasn't popular with everyone. In a 2016 study of the British public, 28% of people don't consider this art. 65% of people don't think this is art, and 83% of the public definitely don't consider this to be art. Over 100 years after its creation, the work is still somehow as divisive and controversial as ever with the public, but that hasn't stopped record prices being set.
I think most people think that modern or contemporary artists are having a laugh at their expense, and nobody wants to feel a fool.
For many who are immediately dismissive of these pieces, frustration also often comes when they see the price.
Most of us, I think, tend to be cynics and We, I think, a lot of times associate art with value, and that I think that triggers the question of, well, why is it that much, or why such a high value if, you know, I could probably do this. I think unless you're in the market and actively buying art, there's no need to look at art and think of a price tag. It shouldn't be the way you look at art.
For the artists involved, what looks simple can be the culmination of a lifetime's work. Take the Black Square, for example, painted by turn-of-the-century avant-garde artist Kazimir Malevich. This simple black painting didn't come out of nowhere. It's the result of 20 years of simplification and development. When it was shown, the Black Square was a revolutionary symbol, exhibited at the top corner of the room, a spot reserved for Orthodox religious icons. Making this work wasn't exactly an easy decision either, and in 1930, Stalin's regime confiscated Malevich's artworks and manuscripts, and he was jailed for 2 months.
Yes, the white canvases or the black canvases are very rarely all they've done. They haven't just come out of school and said, I'm going to paint a black canvas. I mean, as much as we might think we could do that, yes, we could do that. But the artist has thought of it and probably had a journey, quite a long journey, and a process to get there.
The works aren't just made for profit. It's often only after the artist is dead that the art can fetch the incredible price that it's reached today. In 2008, one of Malevich's abstract works sold for $60 million. And the demand for these important modern works is only going to increase.
The natural trend is for you to see a rise in prices, but that's because these true masterpieces are rarer to find because they're really all in museums.
But setting an actual price can be tough. In the end, the value is only going to be what people are willing to pay.
As long as there's going to be artists producing, there's always going to be sort of shifts in tendencies and taste, I would say also, in taste in the market.
It seems like every year there's a new record price, and as extreme wealth inequality increases, so do the number of millionaires willing to pay the fortune required for these works. No matter what the artist intended, art is now seen as an easy investment by many, and companies have appeared that treat art purely as an asset for financial gain. But despite the ever-increasing prices of the modernist masterpieces, for 99% of the artists out there, their work has always been a labour of love.
There are obviously people out there with a lot of money who view art just to be a commodity and nothing else, but there's going to be people who purchase or engage with it because they take genuine pleasure from it, or it stimulates them, or they feel it enriches them. I'm an abstract painter. Not really dealing much with form. I became quite obsessed. I was painting all day and all night, and it was just something that kind of took a hold of me. So it's not easy being an artist in London. There's a lot of really good talent out there. I think you've really got to be good to actually make any money. You don't have the, I suppose, network initially. Yeah, it's a really expensive habit, to be honest. I suppose everybody's got devices, but it's my kind of passion and hobby, so that's where all my time, effort and kind of spare finances go.
Trends in the market may change, and prices will shift, but the popularity of modern and contemporary art isn't going anywhere.
Nah, oke ya, jangan lupa nanti untuk tugas minggu ini tetap kalian upload karya yang sudah kalian kerjakan, prosesnya sekitar 80% proses pembuatannya. Bisa dalam bentuk video, bisa dalam bentuk foto. Usahakan video atau fotonya jelas ya, nanti biar tidak bingung saat penilaian.